Have to remember that you're that bitch. Okay? Okay. Sex is a soul tie. So this girl, because you done slept with half the tri-state area, and now you have all their energy on your body, and you don't even know yourself. It was not for you. Fake friend. It is a lot of work. I could write a whole book on this one. Like relationships I've ruined because of the things that I dealt with. You don't need to be with them, even though you really shouldn't have to. Somebody who's going to treat you like that is going to treat you like that regardless. Oh, baby, does it do it for you? When he's finished, does he step back and adore you? I just gotta know, 'cause your time is money and I won't let him waste it. Oh no. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jewel Chloe and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hey girly. Okay, so today I decided we're gonna do a girl talk. I was gonna do a get ready with me type thing, but I was already basically ready by the time I decided that I was gonna do this video. So we're just gonna talk. I asked my friends and some people on Instagram to send me some questions, some topics that y'all want to talk about, that y'all want to know. So I got them all written down in my journal. So let's get into it. Okay, the first question was, can you talk about being confident? Girl, being confident is a slippery slope. Some days you feel great and some days you don't. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that you're that bitch. It's like, nah, well, no, for real. But I think what helps me be confident is, for one, like learning myself. Learning the things I like about myself. Taking time to really get to know myself and knowing what makes me feel beautiful. Like, I might wake up and look a mess, hair not done, you know, eyebrows crusty, eyelashes all over the place, but at the end of the day, knowing myself and knowing that I have a beautiful soul makes me feel confident in wanting to be myself. Now, I might have to get ready to feel like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm a beautiful person. And that takes a lot of work on the inside as well as it does on the outside. Because you could look a mess and still feel confident because you are beautiful on the inside. Okay. Next question. Did you have a hoe phase and do you recommend it? Listen, y'all. I did. I had a hoe phase. I really did. But I guess it depends on what's your definition of a hoe phase. Because for me, I feel like, you know, dating around, getting to know people, getting to know the things that you like, having fun is fine. But when it comes down to having sex with a lot of people, I don't necessarily not recommend it, but I also don't if you are an emotional person. If you can have sex with no ties, and even that is like kind of questionable because sex is a soul tie. So every time you lay down with somebody, you're taking a part of their energy and it's now latched onto you. So if you have sex with no emotional feelings, you can be okay, but you also need to be cleansing your spirit as well after you're doing that. So I don't necessarily recommend it if you're not strong-willed in your body and you don't have emotional ties. If you do, I would just suggest dating around, getting to know people, and not sleeping with everybody because, listen, that energy is not to be played with. It's not to be played with, okay? All right. Y'all better listen. 3 months later, you're talking about something. Why do I feel like this? This girl, because you done slept with half the tri-state area, and now you have all their energy on your body, and you don't even know yourself. I'm not cute. Okay, how do you deal with friendship breakups? Girl, friendship breakups gotta be one of the hardest things ever to go through, especially if that was your homegirl, your homeboy, you know, your person. It hurts, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it definitely hurt. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, you'll be fine, because that's not always true. You're not always fine. Shit don't always work out. You know, it hurts and you gotta go through it. But what I suggest is taking that time to focus on you and yourself and not start drama, not start beef. Unless it started out that way, step away from that, you know. Let it be, let bygones be bygones, you know, wash your hands and move forward. Because at the end of the day, clearly that friendship or that relationship, you know, that you had with that person was not for you. It just wasn't at the end of the day. Even if y'all were so close, I had a best friend that I was friends with for 11 years and we are no longer friends. And to this day, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, you know, I still wish I had that friendship. But at the end of the day, it wasn't beneficial, you know, for where we are in our lives right now. And that's just how it be sometimes. And I'm not saying be a hater, you know, still uplift them from the outside.
you know, even if they did you dirty. But just focus on being the best you, and you will gain genuine, real friendships that won't have to break up. So, yeah. How to spot a fake friend. There are so many ways that you can spot fake friends. Like, first of all, if you already have that feeling, trust your feeling, because there's always that feeling that's like, this person may not be for me. If every time y'all go out, this person is trying to embarrass you in front of other people over little things that y'all can talk about separately, weird. Whenever you have something that to be proud of, or something that maybe you've accomplished and they're never proud of you, they're never giving you congratulations, fake friend. If you make content, like, or you make music, or you do something that you're very proud of and you post it and they never repost, they never share, they never like, they never comment, they never watch, fake friend. They always have to put you down in some sort of way. Like, say you're really happy about something and then they put you down. If they say you're ugly, they say things like they hate you, and I mean in malicious ways, like where you can feel like, okay. If they're always saying weird things and they're always like not being a good friend, then they're not a good friend. What are some healthy relationship myths? Okay, the first one is that it's going to be easy. Healthy relationships are not easy, and they are a lot of work. Relationships in general are a lot of work, but if you want it to be healthy and not toxic, it is a lot of work. I don't know why people out here lying, talking about some, oh yeah, we never argue, we never fight, and this. Then clearly your relationship isn't real, because there's something there that isn't being resolved. If you're in a healthy relationship, you're clearly working every day and moving forward. Now, you may argue, but the way the argument is resolved is healthy. The way you treat each other afterwards is healthy. Two, that things are perfect. Things are not going to be perfect in any relationship, healthy, toxic, whatever. They're not going to be perfect, because you're human. You make mistakes. People fuck up. But the thing is, how you handle that situation, how you deal with it, is what makes the difference between a healthy and a toxic relationship. Dealing with toxic family. I could write a whole book on this one. Honestly, I've been through a lot of things with my family, and I would say the best thing for you to do, if you can, is isolation. Isolation, grow, learn yourself, create some distance until it becomes safe to be able to talk through the things that are, wrong. And if you are dealing with it, and if you're young and you're in the household with these toxic parents and toxic family members, just really, really, really try to work on yourself, so when you hit that time where it's time for you to go to college, get a job, whatever you got to do, you get out of there and you start to learn yourself, and you start to unlearn all the toxic behaviors and trauma that's been put onto you, because it's a lot. I'm 22 years old, about to be 23 in 2 months, and I'm still unlearning some of the things that have plagued my childhood, all the traumas that I've been through, like relationships I've ruined because of the things that I dealt with. I can really get into that one, but honestly, like I said, isolation would be the best key. And if you can't isolate at the moment, work on yourself, work as hard as you can, so that in the future, whether it be near or far, you can make sure that you get to a place where you can find solace, you can find peace. And also, while you're in it, learn how to find peace in something. Learn not to argue, learn to say okay, learn to step back and just observe, so that way you're not hurting yourself more than the things that are already hurting you. This is a fun one. How do you get princess treatment? Honestly, I've went over this a lot in my head. What I will say is that you have to be the version of you that attracts someone who wants to treat you like that. Because if you're not doing anything for yourself, if you're not being a go-getter, if you're not working on something, if you're not treating yourself like a princess, how can you expect it from somebody else? And if you are treating yourself like a princess and then you get with somebody who doesn't, you don't need to be with them. You just don't need to be with that person. And I would never say settle. And if you're settling and you're not getting princess treatment, you're in a relationship where you love this person, but they're not treating you like a princess, they're not doing things for you that they should be doing, then you're settling, and you shouldn't be settling. And maybe if you can explain to them the things that you want, even though you really shouldn't have to, somebody who's going to treat you like that is going to treat you like that regardless. But maybe some people need to be taught. And if you love this person and things are good otherwise, then maybe you just need to teach them the things that you want from them. And if they're willing and if they learn and they do them, then that's amazing. And if they don't, then move on. Move on. How do you move on from a bad relationship? Honestly, that one is really hard. Honestly, it's going to be hard. I'm never going to tell you that it's easy to move on from somebody who you shouldn't be with. It's hard. And obviously there's something in you that keeps going back to this bad relationship and makes you feel like you can't move on. So you need to figure out whatever that is. What is it that makes you feel like you cannot leave this person alone? Is it because you don't want to be by yourself? Is it because you don't know how to isolate? Is it because, they keep showing you things and then 2 months later they're doing the same things that you asked them not to do? Is it because you have rose-colored glasses on? What is it? You need to figure out what it is, and then you need to hone in on that thing and work through it and break down those barriers so that way you can walk away. And of course there's going to be hurt because you might have been with this person for a while, but at the end of the day, you have to choose you over the disrespect. You have to choose you over the toxicity. So yeah, choose yourself, baby, because I want you to love yourself. Okay. The next question says, I see you talking about loving yourself a lot, and I want to know how you do it. Honestly, I just started. Like, one day I was just like, this is enough, and I need to learn how to love myself. And I went through a really, really rough time period where it was very hard because I had all the implications of society and my family and people, who didn't have my best interest at heart weighing down on me, telling me that I shouldn't love myself. And that day, I decided that I was going to break through all of that. I was no longer going to deal with any disrespect. I was no longer going to treat myself like I didn't matter. So here are 3 things that I did. 1, I stopped talking to myself in a bad way. I stopped talking to myself in a bad way. I need y'all to hear that. No calling myself out my name, no calling myself dumb, no saying I'm stupid, no saying I'm not pretty, none of those things. All those unhappy thoughts and feelings and words were replaced with positive ones. That's my second point. Replace all the negative energy with positive energy. Every time you have a negative thought, negative feeling, replace it with something positive. Say, oh my God, I'm feeling ugly today. Nope. I know that I'm beautiful. I don't feel it at the moment, but I'm going to make sure that I love myself today. So simple. Or even, oh, I'm feeling ugly today. Instead of saying the word ugly, say, wow, I need to make sure I'm feeling beautiful today. I need to give myself some extra love today. Simple as that. Last tip 3 is to learn things that you like to do. Spend time with yourself. I know that's hard for some of y'all. Spend time with yourself and learn how to love yourself. Learn the things you like to do. You like crossword puzzles? Spend an hour doing them. You like regular puzzles? Spend an hour doing them. You like to journal and write your feelings out? Spend an hour doing that. You like to watch cartoons? You like to watch funny movies, cheesy Lifetime movies, Christmas Hallmark movies? Do it. You want to go outside, go on a walk? You like to go to the gym? Go to the gym. That's another thing. Like, working on your self-image will also make you feel better about yourself. It'll make you want to love yourself, and you gonna think, I'm a bad bitch. Ain't nobody gonna treat me bad. Ain't nobody gonna treat me bad at all because look at me. And I don't care. Be cocky like that. Be confident. Like I said, back to the first thing. Be confident. Sometimes you have to fake it for it to become a reality. You keep telling yourself that, it will literally become reality because you made it that. That's it. Okay, y'all, that's it for part 1. So come back for part 2 tomorrow.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understand.